This is Justin Amazon on Friday, July 27th, 2018. We're looking at the really large gap up, pullback. It actually spiked way down into the low 1700s. We got a bit of a head and shoulders right on this neckline, which is the same level as the closing price from was that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, that was Wednesday. So today we're moving up a little bit higher, and yesterday was a bearish candle. This is a bullish gap and go, and so it could just continue to run. What's the shoulders here? Could be new support here. It's going to run. We've got our support line here. It could bounce off of if it comes down. It could just rally and just keep on moving up. So let's get into the day and see what's going on. The very first, did that move? Let's say 20. I'm sorry, I thought I had it lined up. There you go. What candle is that? That is the 830. That might not be either. I can't tell today. That's weird. Timestamps. Oh, 830. All right, 830 candles, that one. That's good. So initially we got a little bit of a pullback. All right, that's all right. And we're waiting to get in. We're waiting for the premium to die out. All right, now we push below our closing price with good support, close to that. Okay. It doesn't look like it's bouncing right away. It doesn't look like it's going right away. What's going to happen? So next we have an inside candle, a very small inside candle directly on our support resistance line. This could literally go anyway. You can do a bullish move with a stop, or with a trigger above and a stop below, or you can do a bearish move with a trigger below and a stop above. I mean, this is a great consolidation over 15 minutes. And, then we can see, okay, what's it actually going to do? Trying to, there we go, make it a little bigger. There we go. So it's got one pullback, didn't hold support. That's two strikes against it. This one, a retest of this line, and now an indecision candle right on it. This thing could be ready to go bearish, which it does. And okay, good. We came right down into our 1841. And we got this uptrend line. This is the top of the channel, So, all right, this is a good place it could bounce right here. That's a really nice buying candle if you're looking for it to bounce. It gets a little bit higher. Maybe you got in, maybe you didn't. If you're in, make sure you mitigate risk because it's going to go sideways, and this looks like double bottoms and then just collapses. Bounces again, collapses, breaks down. It's just all these interactions with these lines, and that's what's phenomenal about the way they're drawn in here. So went a little too far. Sorry about that. I meant to show these two candles. These are off by pennies. What is it? High there is 1846. The high there is 1845, 41. Oh, so a little bit. Why did I? Yeah, all right, so about 51 cents apart. There, so I think I saw something else earlier there, closer, but maybe I remember wrong. Anyway, this is a really nice flag on this larger move. This is the place to get in. It's it's rolling over based on the 21 exponential, and it just goes sideways. It just completely collapses. All right, here we are. We've touched our 1816 price at 1815 and 50 cents. So we've touched that line, but it doesn't really mean anything. I mean, we had that as a resistance point earlier, then support, and then this could be support right here. And then it breaks down. So it didn't actually trigger you in to keep buying. Thankfully, you didn't. And then here's a nice Morningstar reversal. This is the candle we wanted to see up here. Long lower wick, or about maybe 1.5 times the length of the body is the width. So anyway, this looks like it's starting to bounce. Starting to. And it did, and then it pulled back. And then this is a really nice consolidation here, triangle, and this ends up breaking out. And possibly could come into the 1830s price We had a candle here was buying, candle set here that was buying. So anyway, a bit of a consolidation. We've got a breakout. This can move up to 1831 and then roll over, and it doesn't get there. It just throws that upper wick and then just continues down and then just goes sideways. So all of this is a much more massive. It's basically a 3-hour triangle that got formed here. So this was really hard to play. This move from here down could have been played, and this one, the premium was kind of rich to do this and take a longer term. So let's take a look over at the options. If we look at this price where it's straddling both but ends up getting rejected, where did that go? Anyway, so that's not what I want to do. All right, 1035. Let's go look at the puts for 1035. So this is the calls. Calls just lost all their premium and then just chopped sideways. And this is the puts, the 1850 puts that somebody could have bought down here for like 5 with a stop at 4, since the low was 4.2. Somebody could buy here and then let it run up and get out, and then it pulls back, and then run up and get out and come back, and then get in for a move higher. Like each one of these pullbacks, you wouldn't necessarily know it's a pullback unless there's something on the chart saying, hey, this is a good place. So 1035, that big bearish candle, makes sense that it's just going to gap up the next one. And we saw that happening. We had this retest, looks like a neckline breakout, pulls back in, and then just collapses. So there were some folks buying here. There were folks buying all through here. And a lot of those people are trapped in this move, and then whatever's going on with this or with, the sales, it's just, yeah, it's just sold off. It took a lot of premium out with the earnings, and then it trapped people. So coming back into these puts, there's a lot of different ways to play this. The calls, they just kind of collapse over the whole day. There was a couple candles that were larger indecision candles, and those could have been swapped out for something with a smaller, just a smaller amount. So anyway, so back over here to the calls, the 1850, you could see the low here 4.2, and then it rallies really well. And then the other one is the 1825 put, and this one, it didn't even open up anywhere near this like the other one did. But this one now, you can see some lower lows here. These lows you could still get for $1.75, maybe 2. The stop down at 1. Any of these would have worked. Any of those trades, that one worked. That one worked. That one worked. That one worked. But it's not. It's just a matter of buying at the right timing on this kind of thing. So you could have bought for 2 with a stop at 1 and let that ride all day. Even from back here, this would have been a little tight from here. And that could have been flipped out for, let's even just say 20. No, not 20. Let's say 18. So at $18, it's gone up from 2 to 18 on the option. So that is a 14. I say 2 up to 16. Let's say you even got a little bit of that upper wick. So that's 14R, 1400 on that simple trade of just buying at 2 and a stop at 1, and then just let it ride. And would have worked here. We would have had to target in place. Would have worked here if you had a target here, but would have worked here if you just let it run. So there's different ways to play this that could have worked out. But each of those times that I kind of pivoted, it was interacting with some of these lines. So it came down here, that's a target. Went through, retested. Here's a pivot. It came down here, started to look like a double bottom, but just kept sideways. So there was some movement in here going from this low at 1806.53 to this high of 1826.94. I mean, it's almost $20 for this to move in this range. There's definitely some option potential in there. Picking the right option, trying to stay close to the money. Even though I looked at the 1825 put, sorry, that's the 1850 call, the 1825 put, some potential for this to lose all its premium or lose a lot of it, and then to gain it back as the stock price moved in its favor. So, or the option price. Wait, I just got tongue-tied with what I was trying to say. Anyway, there was definitely ways to get the rallies in here. Look at the daily, you can see them playing out, and a lot of sideways. So most of the move happened in the first 3.5 hours. The last 3 hours was kind of just time that dried up. So we have a really big pullback here, or distribution, whatever this looks like it could be. But as we move from here, we'll see, okay, do we go back up to this? Do we pop back down here again? Do we do anything with the trade? With trades down, like we get up into the top end of the band and then trade back down to the bottom, like we were doing back over here. Is there opportunity to do that if it were to bounce a little bit, if it were to rally up into that uptrend. So, let's see what happens next week, how it handles so much bearishness up here. We definitely trapped these people with this move higher, but there may be folks here that will end up trapping again if it continues up. But even after this, it consolidated throughout this light blue range, the squeeze, and then we're just at the beginning of that. So this could just pull back and go sideways for a while to look similar to these candles. So anyway, that's one thing we'll be looking for and considering. And then, those are the charts. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is Justin AMZN. Thanks.